In the dim glow of my kitchen light, the phone buzzed like a warning siren in the dead of night. My hands trembled as I swiped the screen, heart pounding from a nightmare I couldn't shake. One where my daughter vanished into shadows, leaving me screaming her name into an empty void. But this was no dream. The notification was from Instagram, a post from my girl, Leela. There she was, radiant in a flowing white gown, her arm linked with a stranger's, tall, sharp-featured, with eyes that screamed privilege. The caption, "Forever begins today, surrounded by love and family." Family? The word sliced through me like a knife. Where was I in that picture? Erased? Like a ghost from her past? My breath caught, chest tightening as if the air had been sucked from the room. Leela, my only child, had gotten married without me. The phone slipped from my fingers, crashing to the floor with a crack that echoed my shattering world. Tears burned my eyes, hot and unrelenting, as questions flooded my mind. How could she? After everything? And worse, what dark secret had driven her to cut me out so completely? My name is Evelyn Rose Thompson, and at 65, I'd built my life around one unbreakable truth. Family was my anchor, my purpose, my everything. I raised Lila alone after her father, Marcus, walked out when she was just 3, leaving us with nothing but a stack of bills and a broken heart. I scrubbed toilets in high-rise offices downtown Chicago by day, waited tables at greasy diners by night, and stitched alterations for neighbors on weekends just to keep food on the table. Every blister, every aching back, every skipped meal, it was all for her. I dreamed of the day she'd walk down the aisle, me by her side, wiping happy tears as she stepped into her future. But that dream died on a rainy Tuesday morning last spring, when I scrolled through social media over my lukewarm coffee and saw the truth staring back at me. Lila looked ethereal, her dark curls cascading under a veil, beaming at her new husband, Ethan Blackwell. His parents flanked them, Reginald and Victoria Blackwell, all polished smiles and designer suits, like they stepped out of a magazine. No sign of me, no mention. The post was flooded with congratulations, hearts, and emojis, but each one felt like a nail in my coffin. Family complete, the hashtag read. Complete without the woman who'd bled for her. My vision blurred, the room spinning as a sob ripped from my throat. I clutched the counter, nails digging into the wood, fighting the wave of nausea. Why? Had I become so invisible, so burdensome? I dialed her number with shaking fingers. Once, twice, 3 times. Voicemail each time, her cheerful voice mocking me. "Hey, it's Lila. Leave a message." I texted, pretending ignorance. "Saw something online. Call me?" Hours ticked by in agonizing silence, each minute twisting the knife deeper. When she finally replied, it was curt. "Busy now, Mom. Talk soon." Soon? As if my world hadn't just imploded? That night, I lay in bed, the ceiling mocking me with its cracks, memories assaulting me like ghosts. Lila at 6, feverish with the flu. I'd worked double shifts at the diner, ignoring my own exhaustion, holding her through the night as she whimpered, "Mommy, don't leave me." I'd whispered promises. "Never, baby. You're my world." Or her 10th birthday when I pawned my wedding ring, the last remnant of Marcus, to buy her that pink bike she begged for. She rode it around our tiny apartment courtyard, squealing with joy, hugging me so tight I could barely breathe. "You're the best mom ever. When I get married, you'll be right there picking my dress." Those words haunted me now, a cruel echo in the empty dark. I'd sacrificed my youth, my dreams of art school, my chance at love again, all for her. College tuition,
I took a third job cleaning hotel rooms, my hands raw from bleach, knees screaming from scrubbing. She graduated with honors in marketing, and I beamed from the audience, tears streaming, thinking, this is it, we've made it. But then came Ethan.
It started subtly, like a shadow creeping in. Lila met him in her senior year at some upscale networking event. He's amazing, Mom, she'd gush over rare phone calls. From this old money family, his dad's a CEO. I was thrilled at first, but soon the changes hit like storm clouds. Our weekly dinners faded. She'd cancel with excuses. Group project, date night. When Ethan finally visited our cramped walk-up in Wrigleyville, I cooked my famous lasagna, the one Lila loved since childhood. Layers of cheese, sauce simmered for hours. But he picked at it politely, eyes darting around our faded wallpaper and thrift store furniture. Quaint place, he said, tone dripping with unspoken judgment. Lila shot me nervous glances, later whispering, Mom, maybe tone down the questions next time. Ethan's family is private. Private? Or ashamed of a single mom from the wrong side of town? The distance grew like a chasm. Holidays became plans with Ethan's folks. Thanksgiving at their lake house in Michigan, Christmas in Aspen. I'd spend mine alone, reheating leftovers, staring at old photos. When they got engaged last winter, Lila called excitedly, Mom, it's happening. My heart soared. Let me help plan the venue, the flowers. But she cut me off. We want something small, intimate, no fuss. Suspicion gnawed at me then, a low hum of unease. Months passed with vague updates. Still deciding, busy with work, I pushed down the dread, telling myself it was bridal stress. But deep down, a voice whispered, something's wrong. She's slipping away. The bombshell hit that fateful morning. After seeing the post, I spiraled, pacing the apartment, heart racing, breath shallow. Was this revenge for something? Had I failed her somehow? I drove to her new condo in Lincoln Park, unannounced, rain pelting the windshield like accusations. No answer at the door. Peering through the window, I saw unpacked boxes, wedding gifts stacked high. A note on the counter caught my eye through the glass. Honeymoon packing list. They were already gone to some tropical paradise while I drowned in betrayal. I collapsed on the stoop, sobbing in the downpour, neighbors staring. That night, a feverish rage built. How dare she? After all my blood, sweat, and silent tears. But rage gave way to a chilling resolve. If I was an afterthought, I'd rewrite my story. In the weeks that followed, suspense hung over me like a storm cloud. Lila returned from her honeymoon, posting sun-kissed photos, but her calls were sporadic, evasive. Mom, about the wedding, it was spur of the moment. Ethan's parents insisted on keeping it family only. Family only? The lie burned. I played along, voice steady. I see. Inside, turmoil raged, sleepless nights, imagining confrontations, fearing I'd lose her forever. Then a twist. Rummaging through old letters, I found one from Lila at 16. Mom, you're my hero. I'll never forget what you've done. When I marry, you'll walk me down the aisle. The paper crumbled in my fist as fresh tears fell. But buried deeper was a bank statement, my secret savings, $50,000 squirreled away for her wedding. Now it would fund my escape. I researched in secret, heart pounding with forbidden excitement. A senior living community in Evanston caught my eye. Willow Grove residences, gardens, classes, independence. But drama escalated when Lila dropped by unannounced. Mom, why so distant? She asked, eyes narrowing. I forced a smile. Just tired. Suspicion flickered in her gaze,
but she left with souvenirs, a cheap keychain from Bali. That night, alone, I booked a tour at Willow Grove, pulse racing as if committing a crime.
At Willow Grove, freedom bloomed amid emotional whirlwinds. Yoga classes where I bent and breathed away years of pain. Dances with kind widower James, his touch stirring long dormant butterflies. But the climax came when Lila tracked me down, storming the lobby like a force of nature. "Mom, how could you vanish?" Tears streamed down her face, Ethan trailing awkwardly. My heart shattered anew, but I stood firm. "You vanished first at your wedding." The confrontation exploded. Accusations flew. "You embarrassed me with Ethan's family," she screamed. "They called you unrefined." The revelation hit like lightning. They'd plotted my exclusion, fearing I'd ruin the photos. I gasped, vision blurring. After everything I sacrificed? Sobs racked us both, years of unspoken hurt erupting. Ethan confessed. It was wrong. We were cowards. In the aftermath, boundaries formed like fragile bridges. Lila visits now, tentatively, with genuine apologies and efforts. Family therapy sessions where truths unfold, raw and healing. But I've changed irrevocably. At 65, I'm painting again, traveling with new friends, heart mending in ways I never imagined. Suspense lingers. Will our bond endure? But the drama taught me a mother's love isn't endless sacrifice. It's fierce self-respect. And in that, I found my true family, myself.